Guys, the next few days are absolutely vital for crypto. Today I'm going to talk about the key things happening on the charts, which is actually very significant right now. Even though it looks like Bitcoin is just going sideways, there's some very key things I need to share with you. Also, I'm going to show you a couple of events that is happening this week, and this is going to completely change the trajectory of Bitcoin. So we're going sideways, but the question is, are we going to have a pump this week, crushing all of my resistance levels and going towards the upside, or are we going to have a quite significant and juicy dump towards the downside? Today I'm going to talk about the different things that are going to contribute to where Bitcoin is going to head. So very important stuff today, guys. Welcome back, everybody. My name is Chris, bringing you cryptocurrency videos every day, teaching you how to make money in this market. If you're new to the channel, then make sure to subscribe and activate the bell right now. So let's look at Bitcoin first, and you can see that we are going sideways still here. In fact, we had today, we did have a little bit of a pullback. In fact, yesterday also we did have a couple of pullbacks here. But today we went up to $37,400 just for us to go down to $36,700. Now, if you watched my video yesterday, you know that I've been saying that I do think that if the market is behaving that it should be, there should be a small little bit of a pullback for Bitcoin before we see some more pumps towards the upside. Now, that is with the caveat that if something major happens when it comes to the ETFs or stuff like this, of course, we're going to break all of these resistance levels and we will have a pump. But from a technical standpoint, I showed you this yesterday. I want to show you an update here. I showed you this yesterday that we did have a bearish divergence on the RSI. So the RSI was trending down while the Bitcoin price was going up. And we are in the middle of this playing out right now, guys. So we could either have the RSI reset by Bitcoin going sideways for a prolonged period of time, or by Bitcoin having a pullback. So resetting this, having a pullback, and the RSI divergence playing out as it has been the past two times here this year. You can see it's the same thing right here, right? So you can see the RSI was sloping down, but the Bitcoin price was going up. And then we did have a pullback for Bitcoin. And the first time here in the beginning of 2023, same thing here. Bitcoin price was going up, higher highs, but lower highs on the RSI. And then we did see a drop as a result of this RSI divergence playing out. So do we have some catalysts for this also? Because Bitcoin is going sideways right now, but do we have a catalyst for this RSI divergence playing out and Bitcoin going down before we see some more upside? And I want to make it 100% clear, guys. As you know, since $16,000, I am one of the biggest Bitcoin bulls out there. But also what I've been saying is that pullbacks are not to be prepared for, they are to be expected. So expect major pullbacks. They are going to happen, minus 15%, minus 25%, or even more. So this is something we need to be aware of, and this is going to happen. And what I am doing, as you know, I am buying every single dip. Now, a couple of catalysts. The traditional markets are right below my orange line resistance here at 4,418. So if this, and we will see, this is a 4-hourly candle right now. Let's see where this is going to close. If we close above this and continue towards the upside, that's good news for Bitcoin. But if we don't manage to close above this orange line, we could see a rejection from the traditional markets and potentially start to trend down towards 4,370 again. So that is the first key thing you need to pay attention to and prepare for right now. Also, the second one is that Ethereum is starting to trend down a little bit. We tried to break through on the way up my resistance at 2,085. Didn't manage to do that. Tried twice. Had a rejection, and right now going sideways. So this is the next key thing, and this is actually a proxy for altcoins as well. Because when Ethereum goes down, altcoins tends to go down with it. In fact, if we look at the altcoin market in general, the total 3 chart, you can see that we're having a little bit of a rejection of my resistance level up here at 424 on the index. So we're having a little bit of a breather on the altcoins right now. Now, I am going to make an altcoin video later on. Today I'm going to talk about 3 altcoins that I am accumulating and building positions for heavily right now. So if you want to see that video, then make sure to subscribe, activate the bell notification, because that is the most important, so you get notified as soon as I release that video. So not only do we have a little bit of a resistance level and a potential rejection here from the altcoins, Also, the Bitcoin dominance is finding support on the daily time frame. So the Bitcoin dominance is finding support. We've found support of this level previously one time. So this is the support level. So what you could see is Bitcoin dominance starting to go up and the altcoin dominance to potentially come down to, let's say, this level again at $400. Now, this is going to give you, because the altcoin pumps we've seen right now, guys, even though it seems crazy, the altcoin pumps we've seen right now having, 50% gains, having 100% gains. Solana went up, 400, 500%. That is and that is from the bottom. That is absolutely fantastic, but it's nothing compared to the altcoin gains you are going to see when the altcoin market really starts to go nuts, right? So even if we do see a pullback here on the total tree, even if the Bitcoin dominance goes towards the upside, this is just going to give you a good opportunity to accumulate the altcoins you believe is going to do very, very well. And just like I said, I'm going to bring 3 of them later on today in a separate video, because explaining that takes a separate video in itself, but 3 altcoins that I'm accumulating right now. So make sure to be on the lookout for that. Other than that, guys, what catalysts do we have for Bitcoin to have a major move? We do have significant things happening this week, guys. Before I talk about these key things, let's first talk about my trades. I know a lot of you guys are also using my trading strategies here. So most of these continue to tick up. In fact, you can see the Ethereum fast spot is already reaching 83% here. So that is absolutely fantastic. I don't think it is going to reach 100% faster than the Bitcoin cycle bot, just because the Bitcoin cycle bot has so much kind of headroom. But it's been trying to break 100% now for, I think, 2 days. So let's see if this is going to happen. I do still think that this is going to happen pretty soon. So let's see about that, guys. But other than that, the altcoin strategies, the Bitcoin and Ethereum strategies here are doing very, very well. And some people, by the way, guys, have asked me, why don't you use these ones for altcoins? Well, you can use these for altcoins if you want to, and just watch my previous tutorials on how to set these ones up from scratch. But I would be very careful using these for altcoins because of the volatility. You can drop by 20% in a day. You can drop by even 10% in a day is a huge thing. And it's very common for altcoins. But when it happens, when you're using these trading strategies, you're doing 10x leverage in general, right? So if it drops by only 10%, you could be stuck on that altcoin position just by the sheer amount of drops that the altcoins can have. So I prefer to use these only with Bitcoin and Ethereum, but of course you are free to do whatever you want to. I have tutorials on how to set these ones up for altcoins as well. So these are on OKX. On BitGet, the bots are also doing very well. One of them is up 14%. The Ethereum Fastbot is up 14%, followed by the next best gainer is the Bitcoin Cyclebot, which is up almost 11%. But all in all, in 5 days, they have made some insane profits. So that is fantastic to see as well. So if you want to use these ones, guys, of course, go to the description of this video, sign up to OKX, claim $60,000 by clicking this link, click join now, and then with one click down here, set up the cycle bots, the slow bots, the fast bots, whichever you prefer. Now, if you cannot use OKX due to your country limiting your access to it, then go down and try BitGet. You can click on this link, sign up, get the best deposit bonuses up to $8,400. And then with this link, it is going to take you to this page. Subscribe for $1 USDT. I was not able to do it for free, unfortunately, due to the restrictions of BitGet themselves, but $1 USDT, and then click on whatever bot you want to use here on these buttons. So now let's continue and let's talk about a major catalyst happening this week, which is going to have a big effect on Bitcoin, because this week is the deadline for the SEC to potentially approve all 12 current spot Bitcoin ETF filings. Why is this big? Because we know that the SEC, if they can, they would want to approve all of them at once. They don't want to approve a couple and then a couple of more and then a couple of more. They want to either deny all of them or approve all of them all at once. Now, the latest date that they have to potentially approve all of these is actually this Friday on the 17th. So if they want to approve all of them at once, this is the last date that they can do that. Otherwise, after this, they have to approve some of them and then, do them on a case-by-case basis and just approve them as they go. And then also we do have a couple of deadlines on Friday for 2 new filings actually. Hashtags Bitcoin ETF and Franklin Bitcoin ETF also happening on Friday. So this Friday is huge. Potentially you could see a approval of all of these ones. I would say it's probably 40% likely that they're going to approve all of them, 60% that they're not going to do it. So I still lean towards them not approving all of them this Friday. But if there was any possibility for them to approve all of them at once, it would be this Friday or before this Friday. So this is definitely something we need to pay attention to. Now, if they do end up approving them, again, then all of these resistance levels are going to get wrecked, and we will see what's going to happen after that. But if they don't approve them, then this divergence I've been talking about could be playing out, and you could see a little bit of a drop here as the market is disappointed in the ETFs not being approved this Friday. So be prepared for that, guys. Today we're talking about stuff that other channels are not really preparing you for, so we need to be prepared for both of those scenarios. Also, a key thing is that there is a potential government shutdown looming for this week. So as we know, the SEC, when you have these potential shutdowns, they try to rush their decisions. The SEC try to make as many decisions as they can before the government shutdown, because they don't want to have things, lingering while we are in certain times with the SEC being potentially shut down as this could potentially happen. So this is also incentivizing them to try to make a quick decision on this. So this is why I say it's still a 40% chance for me that they could approve all of them on Friday, but still 60% that I do not think that they are going to do it. Now, key things happening this week apart from that is also on Tuesday, CPI for October, PPI for October on Wednesday, and the ECB, President Lagarde has a speech on Friday. So key things happening all throughout, guys. I hope that I have been able to prepare you and what I think is going to happen here moving forward. Be prepared for these different scenarios. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.